Hey everyone, it's Riyadh from Right Home Realty.
Hello everyone, Will Ellis from Right Home Realty.
And I'm Romi, Dr. Romi Raina, Naturopathic doctor.
Well, Romi, thanks for joining us. And just describe your business and what makes you stand out.
Sure, yeah. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I've been practicing in the Whitby, Ajax area for almost 15 years. And as an ND, there's a lot of similarity I do with medical doctors as well. Like I meet patients, ask about their health history, understand where their health is at, might do some physical exams. But the point is to come to a diagnosis, get a treatment plan going. Where the differences are in the treatments I choose. So definitely natural medicines, diet, nutrition, nutritional supplements, herbal medicines, acupuncture are the things I deal in. So it's really kind of like an alternative to otherwise pharmaceutical or surgery kinds of medicines. Other things that make me different is definitely the time I spend with my patients. So appointments are anywhere between half hour to an hour in between there. And in that time, we're looking to really learn a lot about the patient, like that holistic worldview. Any even little symptom can actually paint that detailed picture, which is what we're looking for. And then we're looking for the root cause. So what was the sort of original disturbance that got the whole thing in motion, and how can we address that? Because my goal as a naturopath is to help people feel better quickly and for their overall health to improve at the same time. And one thing I want to say about that as well is the kind of practice I have is one where I'm complementing the overall medical system as much as possible. We want to work in cooperation with medicine. I don't look at medications as bad things, rather they're tools that help people that need help. And really having as many good, safe, effective options as possible is really what we're trying to achieve.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So where are you from originally, and how did you get here?
Originally, I come from this distant land called Toronto. I was born there.
Great city.
Great city.
I've heard of it before, actually.
Yeah. And then we drove on over. No, but seriously though, I was more or less raised in the Durham area, in Whitby. I've known Will ever since grade 5. So it's been some time, and I'm still to this day, I'm a proud resident of Durham. I'm proud to be able to serve the community that I grew up in. I think that's, for me, amazing. Yeah, and then along the way, I got educated in Hamilton and Toronto, so I've been pretty local pretty much my whole life. Yeah.
And why naturopathic medicine?
Yeah, so thanks, that's a good question. I've always interested in medicine for whatever reason. I went to McMaster University because of that interest, and I got involved with various activities like the emergency first response team, did that for several years. I joined the Canadian Forces as a medic in 1998. Yeah,
wow.
In the 90s.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I was a medic, so I got exposed to a lot of hands-on medicine, working out of an ambulance, working out of clinics and various Canadian Forces kind of locations, and that was really informative for me. I loved it. I did it for almost 18 years, almost 20 years, and then during that time I got into understanding global medicine in a way, because I took a degree in anthropology. I traveled to Brazil, I traveled to Guatemala, and I just saw medicine in a slightly different way after that. And so then that got me into naturopathic medicine, and then it went from there.
Well,
Yes, so what motivates you every day?
That's a really, to me, that question is something we should all reflect on.
Important.
Very, very, right? Like, what's your why kind of thing? Yeah, and so, you sent me that question and I was like, this is awesome, like I really want to reflect on this. And I think that question would have changed for me over the years.
Certainly.
In the beginning, in the middle, and where I am now. And especially now with the past 2 years and everything, it's really been front and center to me. Like connection, family, friends is really the driving force for everything else. Like, what do I want to be beyond a positive example, lead through that example for my family and friends, so that we can build community and build it together.
Interesting. You mentioned the pandemic. You said, the last 2 years. I'm assuming you said last 2 years you met something called COVID. what have you seen from people now that we're coming out of this? And what do you see, let's say a year from now, when we're out of this, in terms of what you might see from your patients?
Well, yeah, I like to talk about this in a positive way, and I think, and I hope that we are coming out of this. That's what we're seeing right now. And what I've seen from my patients is this real deepened motivation for health, to really want to take their health to the next level, and in the ways that I used to struggle with patients, to really convince them, hey, this is important, like how your activity level is, what you're eating, how you manage your stress, these things really matter. And that used to be a bit of a glaze over. Now, no, people really want to engage this topic. So this to me is like exciting, yeah.
So let's say someone is struggling with their mental health, which we hear is the thing now, more now than ever.
More now.
What kind of thoughts do you have on how people can manage that? Especially when people are afraid to go to doctors, especially.
Yeah.
How can someone manage that without feeling like they are needy?
Yeah, that's great. And good choice of words with needy, because what we want to do is help them to get on their feet, find some self-reliance, and able to navigate good mood to not so good mood, poor mood to okay mood. And yeah, there are medications for that, which is sometimes very appropriate. But there are also lots of habits and practices around building the pillars for healthy mood. And that's where I will guide patients quite a bit. There are also other like natural things, the natural supplements that are safe and effective, and actually some that complement other pharmaceutical medications for this purpose. So we do actually have a lot of options there. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so we're going to switch the conversation. So what's your favorite local business?
There's a couple. So one, I'm a little bit of a foodie, not as much as a foodie as...
Well, you can see that, like, thank you.
But I'm sure you'll know which some of the places I'm talking about.
Of course.
So food-wise, I love T&T Sushi. Yeah. It's like the best.
You love T&T?
Oh, I love it. I think it's the best.
Good.
Do you know
it's good? Yeah.
I think it's delicious.
I think it's as good as downtown sushi. Like
really?
Yeah, sushi in Toronto. So there's that, and then Casa Verde.
I just went the first time.
No way.
Yeah. After Brenton's.
Yeah. So I'm hearing about this. I need to go.
It's been there forever.
Right.
And it actually is a historical building. It used to be a old-time medical clinic back in the day.
Really?
So yeah, a little bit of a connection on the healthcare side.
Yeah, family run. The daughters run our waitresses.
Yep.
Husband and wife do the cooking.
Exactly.
It's
packed like all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's been there for a while. So like special dinners I'll do there. Yeah.
Wow. You should go.
And then I want to put a shout out to a business from Oshawa that helped me out huge over the past couple of years with my websites.
Okay.
And that's Aviona Web Services. They're out of Oshawa, and they are awesome. Like they were huge for like the customer service and making basically the vision. I had this very specific vision. They made it a reality for 2 of my websites.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh.
Wow. It's amazing. And so what's one of the biggest surprises while owning your own business?
This one like floored me because it happened almost right away when I really got into the business. And I actually opened a second business, and within the first months, I was just totally immersed by it. Like I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought it was just going to be this thing I did at certain hours of the day, but it was immersive. Like it took over all my thinking, a lot of my background thinking. And I really realized, that's a combination of a lot of things. Like I've spent a lot of time educating myself with this and the experiences that I've built. And so for that to finally get delivered to the public, delivered to a market, that just meant a lot to me. So for me to make sure I was delivering the right kind of product, that I was able to respond to my customers' needs. Because at the end of the day, if I'm talking to a customer, whether it's a patient or otherwise, I need to feel myself that what I'm offering is of really high value. Like that to come to my services makes sense for a lot of people. And I need to believe that through and through. So putting in that work and being immersed in it is my way of doing it.
So that's been your biggest surprise. Has there ever been, you've been in now 15 years, you must have clients that you started with 15 years ago that now are completely different people.
Oh yeah. That's a good example as well, as far as patients,
right,
and the response that you see from patients who sometimes you meet and they're surprisingly unwell, they're
Right.
quite unwell. And then you see step-by-step transformation, and in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I don't know. Like, I don't know if we can really help this person to the amount that they want to see.
Right.
And then you see it, and you see it happen, and it defies your own logic. So that to me is amazing. And then the other one, and I also work at the college, at the Naturopathic College. I'm faculty there. So I'll tell my students about this one. And it's more about like how I learn from my patients, and how I learn about life from my patients. And so I meet some patients that are not well, but I also meet some patients that are actually quite well. They're very healthy, and they might have really good health, really late into life, into their 70s and 80s. And these people are like my heroes. And then I try to think, like, what are they doing to have this longevity? And those are the lessons that are surprising to me, that fulfill me. And the lessons aren't groundbreaking, however. Like, there are things like eating well and physical activity, right? It's not rocket science, but to see it in front of you versus seeing someone who then is maybe like 40, 50, or 60, and they are like not well at all. And what's going on in their life? Well, they didn't really have physical activity in the same way. They didn't really put that emphasis into healthy eating and stuff like that. So that to me is always a refreshing kind of surprise that I find myself lucky to have.
Well, great.
So, quick question for you, just as we're talking.
Yeah.
So the real estate market has been hot in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Have you gained more clients since then, or have you lost with people moving in and out of the area?
I would say that I'm on a gain, actually.
Okay.
I see that hot market, especially locally, and I mean, a lot of other things are happening at that time, like society opening back up and stuff. But definitely with the market as hot as it is right now, yeah, I'm getting new patients and new clients that way. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
It's interesting. Now, are you seeing, again, it's all about COVID for me right now, it seems, because, with all that's happening in the world, what is if you were to tell a room of people,
Yeah.
what's one thing they can do to improve themselves or to improve their mood, what would that be?
Yeah, oh yeah. So that one, the mental health piece, like that is so important. It is really just so important, and it is like the ripple effect from the pandemic
Right.
that can last potentially for many, many years in the way that it affects people and their communities. And so we have to go, it's interesting actually. I think there's actually a hunger for connection.
Right.
From people. I was at the grocery store yesterday, and I was about to get my ketchup, and there was a guy getting his mustard, and we had like a 3-minute conversation, me and this perfect stranger, just about like small talk, something I usually never do. And this has been happening over the past couple of weeks on a number of occasions, and I think people are hungry for connection. And so I say go out and find it. Meet with your people. There's the term find your tribe. Yep, find your tribe. Find the people that you feel empowered by, that are like you and make you feel good, and be with them. We've been away from that for the past few years, and we need to get back to that. That is a medicine that's way stronger than any pill you could possibly ever imagine.
Agreed.
And so,
human interaction, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Agreed. Exactly. Have fun. Like I think about kids, having fun, smiling, laughing, all those sounds and noises the healthy sounds and noises we should hear. Let's go out and make them together.
Well, amazing. Look at you. Look at you. I've known this guy for 30 some odd years. And you grew up right before my very eyes.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
Well, you were a little bit a part of that.
I know. We had a good time growing up together.
Okay.
So if you guys want to talk to Dr. Romi Raina, his number is 647-291-8976. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.